Right, so we want fourth change then for the Bunchini comes into the for an injured Donald Tirfano. A couple of changes for Bangladesh. Right at the bottom of that list. He can bowl quick, and if he gets right, he can bowl above 140. Because in we are just about ready to go.
Give it a go. I think they will be more positive with it, and I'm sure that we're going to have a good game here today. Ganesha Kamankame is going to open up, and just second match for him. So youngsters representing the Zimbabweans, and of course the senior figure in alongside him is Brendan Taylor, who needs to really redeem himself with a good innings here. 40th match for him, and 75 not out his highest. Tell you more about what transpires today. It's a very good evening to John Kemp.
Shamim, wonderful evening. Different setting with, you mentioned already, Zimbabwe batting first for the first time in this white ball series, ODIs as well as T20s. He's got a great record, great average, strike rate impressive, and this man is from the top draw, left armour as well, brings that such variation every attack is always after. See if he can swing it early on with a slight green tinge. Fresh grass on this wicket. Can he get something out of it through the air and off the deck?
Just waiting for the clock to tick down. Countdown on. And as the crowd wait in anticipation for this second and final T20 International. Ready to play. Masud Rahman says, off you go, boss. Masud Rahman will try and get cutters in pretty early. Sure. Well, that was a little straighter one and hurried on to the batter, more skiddy than sort of getting away from the batsman, but right on the money straight away.
That's what coaches around the world say. Your first ball is not the quickest. Make sure you hit your area and your length first up. That way you don't put pressure on yourself. Your first ball has to hit the length, has to hit the right areas. There's the skipper. He wants to set the standards very high for his players and his team. The first time Zimbabwe, can they set the platform here?
And that's a couple of deliveries that he will be pretty happy with. Because we've seen Mustafizur Rahman bowl the cutters, exceptional variations with his slow deliveries. But once he's been striving to get the ball back in like that, didn't come back too much in, but almost held its line, wasn't taking that natural angle away from the right-hander. And that's thrashed past the bowler. Good shot to get the innings going with a boundary.
Stand and deliver. That's get Zimbabwe underway. We say they want to set the platform. Normally they come in, they got to chase 10 to the over, and the pressure's right on that batting unit. The shoes on the other foot today. They can set the tone, they can set the score, and try and put Bangladesh on this trip.
Well, as the skipper was saying at the toss, they can play with a lot more freedom today. No real pressure on them flying away home, so they'll be quite relaxed at the stuck round. Another ball that was well negotiated in the end. Gets himself another single.
Also, his partner, Brendan Taylor, has been struggling for form. We've seen him have little spurts and a couple of good shots at times. But when he's come into the crease batting second, it seems like there's so much pressure on him and he just hasn't really responded very well to it. This time, get himself in. Hopefully he gives himself a chance, gets himself in, and he show what abilities we know we all know he has.
He's made that little trigger movement, trying to go across to the line of the ball in anticipation of that cutter.
One thing he needs to be a little bit aware of is how many times he's almost run himself out within his first couple of balls to get himself off the mark. The previous two games, T20 and the last ODI, he just blocks it to cover and he took off. And if fielder hit the stumps, he was found wanting, so pretty careful to judge those singles a lot better.
Surprised, 159th match for him. Format, and still a little nervy about getting off the mark and getting some runs. Talking about the running between the wickets has not been top class. Needs to put in a good innings. Slip's gone out, interestingly. Tempted, a little bit of temptation coming Brendan Taylor's way, I suspect. The completion of the over. After 1, it's 5 without loss. Kamanu Kamwe is going to play the next over. There is alongside Taylor. Von Irwin back inside. Mattiveri has been very, very impressive. Sean Williams really also needs to play good innings. And Raza Butt always there for the Zimbabweans. Sadine, he can make the ball go either way. That's one direction, that nicely played, very nicely, riding that bounce and hitting it through the covers for 4 runs.
Oh, he's coming here and he means business. Wonderful to see. He's got urgency, he switched on. He climbed all over this one. With given short man, so he fancies the back foot and square of the wicket strokes. Trying to get away. With given and packed away.
More backward point on that occasion. Hitting that through and finding that gap between point and cover point. Oh, now that's rather silly. Do not want to get carried away. Saifuddin making that little bit of shape, and he's really throwing the kitchen sink at that one.
Well, certainly had a change in wind direction. That was an almighty swing. Trying to hit him over the side screen, basically, and cleared that left leg way out of the way. He's not hanging around. Well, you've got to say, at least he commits to his stroke here.
Which is alright, but seems more premeditated without seeing the trajectory of the ball. That's a superb delivery. The Yorker, he came down quickly on it. Got a bit of the toe end of that one. As I said, Mohammad Saifuddin can move the ball about either ways, and that's one of the specialities that he has. And he also intersperses those with that kind of deliveries.
New ball, he gets a seam great position, takes it away from the right-handers, and off the back end of games he uses that older ball and he gets a reverse, he spears it in at the right-hander's toes. Couple of boundaries.